to the studio like we turned a long week into a loud night. Hands still sore, but the voice stays strong. Every scar got the verse, every loss got the song. No fake smiles, no running fame. Just two sharp minds and a living name.
Man.
If the world gets heavy, bring it to the show. We make room for the truth and let it flow. If you know, you know where the rough cuts glow. If you need that real, we got what you feel. Best Podcast.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to Best Pest Podcast. I'm Robert Kerbow.
And I'm Josh, and this is going to be about pest control fundamentals, inspections, identification, and preventative treatments.
And we're here to let you know that this is real talk, real pest control industry, and we're living it still. Just because we're here recording doesn't mean that we're not living it, because every day, Monday through Friday, we're out there in the field.
Sometimes Saturdays.
And sometimes Saturdays.
And Sundays.
Yeah, and Sundays every once in a while. So, do you have any crazy inspection stories before we get started on this lately?
No, not necessarily on inspections. Well, yeah, a termite inspection that I done. Lady across the street was yelling outside, apparently.
Oh, yeah. Tell that story, man, because that was funny.
So I pulled up to a house, and I had a termite inspection to do. So I go inside, and, I'm in there for probably over an hour. She's like, I think we may have termites, and then something about we definitely probably have some type of ants inside. Well, she had some carpenter ants. She definitely had termites in the bathroom. So, doing my full inspection, we're talking about it, and apparently the whole entire time, lady's outside, she's yelling. She is raising Cain. And I'm like, my wife is actually sitting outside. So, and apparently she's like texting me. This lady's yelling at you, blah, 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 blah. And she's talking about, everything. And I'm like, I had no signal. So I had no idea what was going on outside.
You didn't know what you were about to walk into when you walked outside?
Zero. So I come outside, and, my wife was like, this lady across the street or next door, she's yelling, talking about I'm poisoning a dog, and I'm putting rat poison out, throwing it everywhere, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what is she talking about? I'm here doing a termite inspection. Like, this lady's done lost her mind. It ain't me. So
did she come up and talk to you?
Well, when I got done with the inside, that whole inside wasn't just an inspection. It was the selling standpoint of a termite job, giving her the benefits, blah, 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 blah. So when I go outside to do my exterior inspection, and when I get between the side of the house and her house, when I'm looking around the outside, she comes up and she's like, hey, are you putting rat poison out? And I'm like, no, ma'am, not me. And she's like, so you're not putting rat poison out because somebody's making my dog sicker and blah, blah. And I'm like, no, I'm just doing a termite inspection. Like, I'm here for termites.
Right.
And she's like, okay. And then she just storms off, Pretty much, she wasn't really rude.
But you never been to this house before, ever?
Never, ever. The lady, the customer called me. I have no idea. I've never even really been in the area. Honestly, maybe I have doing other things, maybe wildlife, possibly in that area. But as far as to that lady's house
and rats and poison and
anything, no, I was strictly there doing a termite inspection. But apparently she was outside and she was like, oh, this guy's, she's yelling, she's cussing. And my wife is like, oh my God, sitting in the truck. And I'm like, I have not done nothing wrong out here. I do not care.
And she probably doesn't realize, even if we were out there, or if you were out there for rats, that you're not just throwing poison around in the yard. And I mean, come on, Lord have mercy. We got bait boxes that are locked that are only made for rats to get into.
So it was a wild inspection. I asked the homeowner, I was like, hey, is your neighbor okay? Like, I sent her a text message. People, I do not know this lady. And I was like, hey, is your neighbor okay? Because apparently she was been yelling about me poisoning her dog, or I'm the pest control company out here poisoning animals, or something along the lines of that. And she's like, really? I'm like, according to my wife, yes, she was outside yelling. And then she asked me, I said, she wasn't mean to me. And she was like blunt and to the point, but I was like, yeah. And she's like, you
always get crazy people. I mean,
any inspections, anything crazy on your inspections?
Not really. I mean, I did do an inspection the other day, and the guy thought he had some like possums or something in the attic.
Ooh.
And, I'm not too familiar with possums. We do some wildlife trapping, but not a whole lot. But so I got up in the attic. I did an inspection. I didn't see nothing, but I kept hearing like a chirping sound. Possums make a chirping sound, and he said there was families of possums running around his yard. So I'm thinking, okay. Maybe he does have possums. We'll just stick a trap up there, a live trap, come back and check it every day. So, and then there was a couple of openings around the house that we were going to fill up. So I get over there the next day to check, to set the trap, and I look up, and it's dang birds going in the dryer vent covers.
It's always dryer vents.
It's always the dryer vents. They didn't have covers, and I was like, that's not possums. That's birds.
I just dealt with a customer not too long ago. She called me up, and she's like, oh my God, I got noises in my walls and this and that. So I come out and do an inspection. You can literally hear scratching noises in the wall, but there was no chirping. There was no bird sounds. It didn't sound like feathers were flapping. It literally sounded like just scratching. And I'm like, that's definitely probably a rat.
Yeah.
Like, it has to be. So I go up in the attic, and she's got like a weird one. I'm not going to lie. It's a 2-story house. So it's like a high attic. And then where the stairs come up, like above the living room, there's a little wall access to go in. But yeah, come to find out, I was like, look, it could be a possum. It could be, a small rodent. I'm thinking maybe it's rats. Maybe they just got in. But I set traps and had no luck. And then after I came back on the follow-up and done, inspected again, heard the noises. She had videos. Like, it was literally scratching in the walls. I'm like, it has to be some type of rodent or squirrel, because typically birds, typically when you have a bird issue, they're freaking chirping, they're making bird noises, and bird noises is what a bird noise sounds like.
Yeah.
Well, come to find out, after everything, it wasn't rodents. It wasn't a possum. It was birds in a dryer vent. Now, the thing is, the funny part is I inspected those and did not see anything while looking in there. So it must have been deep in the dryer vent. But I saw a bird fly out the dryer vent when I was there. And I said...
That's what I did, too, because I was like, I was taking, because we have a whole crew that seals up everything. And so I was taking pictures after I set the live trap. I was taking pictures of what holes we needed to fill up, because where the roofs come in, they always got little gaps and stuff. And I took the picture, and when I took the picture off to my peripheral
vision,
there's the freaking bird right up in the dryer vent. I was like, maybe it ain't possums. But I left the live trap in there overnight and or a day or two. I kept coming back every day. Nothing in it. No, the bait stall in there.
At this point, when I seen the bird come out the dryer vent, I said, let me check this dryer vent again. So at this point, I got up there with a ladder. I checked the dryer vent, and then there's a bird nest.
Yeah.
Probably about 2 feet, if that,
inside it,
in the dryer vent. First time, there was not no bird nest.
Sometimes you can see the nest like just hanging out of the dryer vent. And it's super dangerous
so on
too,
the first
especially
one,
for dryers.
Yeah, on the first one, there wasn't any of that.
Nothing.
On the follow-up, my mindset's for rodents, and I'm still, do my walk around, whatever, no luck. And then I think on that third one is when I realized I just seen a bird come out dryer vent, and it's right where she's having issues at, noises. So on the first one, it must have been building a nest, scraping sticks and stuff, or whatever inside there. And I told her,
oh yeah, I bet that's what it is.
I don't touch birds.
Yeah.
So I mean, and there were babies in there, because at this point you started hearing on the third, the third time I went, the noises wasn't just scratching or it was
Yeah.
you can hear the chirping. So the babies must have hatched or something. I don't know what's going on there.
So did she ever get the bird nest out of there, or you don't know?
I don't know. I told her I don't touch birds.
Yeah, I mean it's hard with the birds because some of these birds around here are protective. You can't
there's
take
a lot
their
of
nest, and not a lot of them. But
So I stay away from the birds. I told her, hey, look, just give it a few more days. Birds are gonna probably fly out. They're gonna drop out, maybe a week or two. Once once you see that the nest is completely gone, then just remove it yourself.
I I went through to walk through the other day because we do ozones for the odor and stuff in the houses, and even though it's not pest control, and usually I stay on the pest control side of things, but I was helping them out. I was going to be in the area. House smelled good. Walked in there, everything was clean. And then that was on a Friday. Monday, Memorial Day, we got an email and it says, "There's dead birds and bird shit all in this house. How can you not see that when you went in?" And I can promise you it wasn't there. So Tuesday morning after the holiday, I got up and went over there and I was like, oh, wow. Bird got in through the dryer vent, came out the dryer vent because it was a vacant house. There wasn't nothing hooked to the other side.
Yeah.
And then couldn't get out of the house. I guess it kept just hitting the window, boom, boom, boom on the inside because there was bird stuff all over the windowsill and things. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, it can happen very quick.
But let's get into the fundamentals. Let's start with the fundamentals. So what do you feel like the fundamentals of pest control is? Like where does that start at? After your training, I mean, and you're out there in the field, or just every day?
I'd say first getting to a house, doing anything, I'd say start with inspection first.
100%. What does that look like? Like if say you get a call for regular pest, and usually we could sell it over the phone, but they were like, hey, we want to go to do an inspection. Like what does your inspection process look like?
When I get out there for just general pest control, they really don't have an issue. They just see bugs. I'm going to look for high moisture areas, whether it's outside. Most of the time it's outside, unless they have a leak on the inside that you can see. But high moisture areas, droppings, you can see American roach.
Poop, yeah.
Yeah, you can see that stuff around. I mean, you can actually have a foul smell too. Honestly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, roaches definitely. Yeah. All the roaches.
American roaches have that distinct smell that you can catch on to. We're checking the attic.
It's funny you say that because I can walk into a house and know if they have roaches.
100%.
And I just open the front door.
Especially dang German roaches.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing to it. But inspections, and then try to identification. Try to figure out what type of insects we're dealing with.
Right.
I mean, it's all a general. When you go to a service that's general pest control and you do an inspection, honestly, it could be anything.
Yeah. And I think the most important thing with the general when you do that and you're doing your inspection, you're looking for other issues that they don't know about.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it could be anything down to rotten wood.
Exactly. Yep.
I mean, nothing I can do for you, but just let you know.
And then once you find once you're doing your inspection, if you do find something, then let's come to them and say, hey, look, this is what I found.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and this is how we could correct it. Like
I've seen spider webs hanging around the house. I've seen spiders in the webs. Yep. I've seen some crickets crawl around the outsides. Sow bugs, peel bug.
Yep.
Roly polies. I think.
Oh, they're going crazy right now.
So I mean,
have
earwigs. Yep. So. You see things around the house and you just let the customer know what you've seen.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much, there ain't much you can do on a mosquitoes. I mean, you go in the backyard and you start to tore up by mosquitoes. Obviously, now you got a mosquito problem. Put that in your inspection report.
Yep. Upsell.
Yep. Upsell, try to get them with the general pest control, then try to hit them with the mosquito cell.
We were just talking about that on the last episode.
Yep. So, I mean, there's just things like that. Other than that, what else would you do?
I mean, I like on the residential customers, I like to get in the attic. Yeah. I mean, on the first service.
Ain't that the worst one?
Huh?
I said, ain't that the worst one?
Oh yeah,
the attic.
The attic,
especially when it's 120 degrees outside.
And these newer homes though, like you get
some attics are nice.
Sometimes it's
colder
up there than it is there. But these older homes that don't have the pull down ladders and things like that, and you got a little hole, and you got that old insulation.
I went into an attic a couple days ago, what day was it? Thursday. I climbed up in the attic. It's an older home, but let me tell you, it was hot up there. Boy, I came out there.
I'll tell you, it's not even the middle of summer
I was out there
yet.
for like 20 minutes, maybe,
Sweating.
dripping sweat. I came out and she's like, "Do you need a water?" I'm about to pass out. I'm like, "Your attic is hot."
It is hot.
But yeah, attic inspections are very important too, because you see rodents.
Yep. Tunneling.
Yep. Through all the insulation. So I mean, there's
attic
numerous
inspections
things.
are super important. In my opinion, like when we were starting residential customers, I mean, a lot of the commercial accounts, they don't really have attics. Most of them are like drop down ceilings and things like that. But yeah, rodent entry points on the outside. I'm looking for that. Even if it's a general pest treatment, I'm always looking for rodent entry points. Always. And if it's something simple that we can just take care of right then, that we'll just take care of it.
Yeah.
We're looking for the tunneling in the insulation from the rodents.
So what about if you're living on the coast? Those termites that like the attics up there.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So you know about those.
Yeah.
So attic inspections are important, and even if you're not in those areas or not, because of the termites.
Because there's
was
still,
that was that Formosans?
Formosans, termites, and drywood, but down in the coast area, is a lot of Formosans, and they don't have to go to the ground.
No.
And I've seen some over there just in my when I had Kerbow's properties and we were remodeling those houses, and we were looking at different houses, to buy that was on the market, but they were eating up, man. They were eating up.
So attic inspections can be very important. No, it doesn't matter where you're at. You should do an attic inspection no matter what.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, you go into an attic inspection, you may find it has nothing to do with pest control. You may find a ductwork that's collapsed.
Yeah.
You may find something that's broken up there, and you want to let the lady, the customers know about it.
Or they're up the AC unit. I've seen it 100 times where their pan up there is not, the drain is not draining. So their condensation in that inside AC unit that's in the attic is almost overflowing, and guess what happens when that is? Then they start damaging sheetrock and all kinds of stuff. So I think even though we're in the pest control industry, when I personally, and I could say probably we, because I know you would too,
absolutely.
But when we're up there, if we see those things, I always let the homeowners know, hey, you got a leak, or hey, this condensation ain't drying or draining, and things like that. They really appreciate that.
They really do, yes, because it saves them a lot of money in the long run. But it has nothing to do with pest control. We can be like some people and just not say nothing about it. I'm looking for the bug only.
Yeah,
but
if you're lazy and you just kind of look up there and then just get out.
A crawl space inspection. Say we're doing crawl space.
Oh
inspection.
man!
Oh, you got a leak up on there.
Yep. 100%. I
mean, I don't think there's not a whole lot of homes around Texas that have ductwork in this area under a house. I don't think very few.
Very few.
Because most of them are in the attic.
And most of the vents and stuff are coming through the
it's
ceiling.
always the old galvanized, rusted out pipes leaking. They flush the toilet or throw something down the drain water down the sink.
And with American roaches, like in the inspections,
they love that, don't they?
They love it. They love it. So if you ever get any American roaches, we'll probably do a whole episode on American roaches at some point. But if you starting to do an inspection and your customer has American roaches, which are the water bugs, just to let people know.
What some people call them? Palmetto.
I think they call that in Florida. I don't know.
Palmetto.
I don't even know if it's the same roach or not.
Is it a different roach or is it the same?
I'm not sure, but I know when they call them that here in Texas.
If somebody's watching this in the comments on anything, please let us know, because I hear it a lot.
Yeah, what is it? Palmetto bugs? Something like that.
Palmetto roach. But, and I'm like, I think it's just an American roach.
Every time.
No, they're on the trees.
Yeah, tree roaches. I've heard them called tree roaches, water bugs. I know the ones we deal with here are the real names.
I mean, when I was in Georgia, we heard just water bug, American roaches.
Yeah.
When I moved to Texas, I've heard mainly water bugs, American roaches, and then you got those few from Florida. Palmetto bugs.
Yeah, so when somebody,
I'm like, whatever they're called, I'm like,
or I get a call and they say palmetto bugs or whatever it is, and I'm like, are you from Florida? And I promise you, 90% of the time they're like, yeah, we're from Florida.
So
I don't know if they're the same. That's a good question. Leave in the comments if you know.
We got two techs that been in the industry for a long time.
Yeah, And I've heard that palmetto bug, palmetto roach or whatever they call it. I've heard it over, and I've never even thought about even looking it up or anything, really.
We should look it up
we
get to our American roach.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We will have that answer for you guys.
Another thing about fundamentals is like knowing your pest behaviors, knowing which pest is where they're at, where they're located. For example, like silverfish and
I hate silverfish,
earwigs and stuff, and a lot of other insects. But they love the moist area as well, and they love the mulch and stuff. So when I'm doing inspection, I'm always checking those areas.
You got to think of some of those houses have a lot of leaf. I don't know what you want to call it. Leaves all over the ground next to the house, real thick. I mean, it's almost like they're on mulch, but it's, what is it? I don't know. But anyhow.
What do you mean? What insect?
No, like when the leaves fall over the ground, that decomposed leaves.
Yeah,
what they call that? Compost.
Almost like compost leaves that nobody ever cleaned up.
They don't never rake around the house and leave it on the ground.
Exactly.
It's always soaking wet under it.
Yeah, and if you could actually just take those leaves and raise them up and like kind of fold them over, and then guess what you're seeing? Insects everywhere.
Every kind of roach you can think of.
Every kind of roach, any kind of earwigs and silverfish and everything, man. They're just living there. They love it.
They love that.
They
it's
love
almost
it. So
that is having mulch.
And that's another thing. Like with fundamentals, when you get good at pest control and you get good at talking to people, like just bring those conversations up to your customers. Don't be like, "Hey, your yard looks like crap."
Now, what about like preventatives? What can people do to prevent?
Like that's where we're going to. That's kind of where I was just walking into, because like if you get good at talking with your customers and stuff, and you say, "Hey, look, I know you're having a lot of issues with this, but look at all these leaves. I'll tell you, if you can get these cleaned up, raked, and blow them out and stuff like that."
IPM.
IPM.
Integrated pest management.
Yep, it's doing things. Integrated pest management is doing it without a chemical.
Yeah, exactly. Without any type of product put down.
Yep.
So if you can cut the bushes back off your house, don't let them touch your house. Cut the tree limbs out from over your house.
Right.
Remove. People hate doing it. Mulch and replacing it with synthetic stuff.
Yeah.
Rubber mulch. It's
I
expensive.
think that rubber mulch looks so good though.
It lays in there. And
I like the black one. I mean, they have the red color, but I tell my customers, because not only just that, with termites too, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We'll get into that too on a segment of termites.
Yeah.
But the leaves, the just a heavy, what they call that, vegetation.
Yep. Vegetation.
Remove all that stuff. Cut it back. I mean, remove the moisture.
Yep.
That's where it's at.
That's where it's at. They had to have moisture. They're like us. Insects are kind of like humans. We got to have somewhere to live. We got to have something to eat, and we got to have something to drink. So,
I guess we need moisture, don't we?
Yeah, we need moisture because we
like sleeping in a sauna.
No, I mean, but for moisture, like drinking, these things like that. So
yeah. But yeah. So just IPMs really help a lot. What they can do to better their surroundings around their house, to reduce insect population.
Yeah, because when they don't do that,
another good one too.
We can spray all day, and without them helping doing their part, it's hard.
Weep holes.
Oh yeah, weep holes.
That's another good thing too. Finding something that's not gonna plug your weep holes. Like I see people like, we caulked our weep holes.
Yeah,
well, you probably shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, well,
a good idea.
First of all, those weep holes are there to let the house breathe, because when you get those weep holes, it gives the air in and out. When you close them,
ventilates the walls, right?
Yeah. And when you close them, it traps the moisture in there, and then you start growing mold inside your walls. So if you're a homeowner out there and you have weep holes between your concrete, don't caulk them.
Right above the slab. Most of them are right above the slab on the first row of bricks. You see the mortar between the bricks. They're about every 2 to 3 foot mainly. Yeah. Some are a little bit closer.
I've seen them every brick before, but every couple bricks most of the time.
Yep. And you can buy those little plastic pieces that you can push in there.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Some are metal.
And those look nice too.
Some are metal that you can don't do those. Don't do the metal ones.
Why?
They're hard, dude.
Are they?
I done a house, showing me close up weep holes, and she actually like, hey, we bought these. You want to use these? I'm like, well, I was like thinking like,
Did you charge
copper mesh. Yeah, I charge her for doing it, but not, she bought the material, so I just done the labor part, which I charged for it. I mean, it turned out it's a nicer home, a larger, nicer home. But, dude, they were like, you got to like fold them. And then when you try to put them in there, and your weep poles are all different sizes. Some are thin and some are wide and some are normal.
Yeah.
You know, the normal ones are wider ones, easy. But those little thin ones, like this thin, when you try to fold a piece of metal in half and slide it in there, bro, you're in with a screwdriver and a hammer and you're beating those things in there trying to make it look good.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, that looks like crap because you can see it's all, your metal pieces all busted up. So then you're trying to like hit it deeper in there just so it's not so
Have you
ugly.
have you used the plastic ones before?
Yes.
Are those a lot better?
I've seen those. They're like, yeah, I've done the plastic ones. I mean, honestly, the easiest thing is like, I like using copper mesh.
Yeah, the copper mesh we keep on our truck and stuff, it makes it
Steel
easier.
wool.
Yep.
I mean, it looks nice. Pack it in there deep.
Yeah, if you look good and pack it in there, you have
steel wool is real fluffy. You know,
it's easier to work with.
Yeah, copper mesh, a little bit stronger, but you can still tear it. Copper mesh is where it's at. To my opinion, you're allowing it still to breathe, but you're keeping insects from coming in and out.
Yeah, I've seen them. I've seen them where they even came through and put mortar in those things. Like, oh, what in the world's going on?
You can't do that, guys.
But yeah, the weep holes are important.
Let your walls ventilate.
Yeah.
Don't caulk them. Don't concrete them. Find something to shove in there where it can still breathe, but keep stuff out.
Exactly.
But yep. Other than that,
so
what else? What else?
Let's kind of go down to a preventative plan, or what treatment selections. Once you do your inspection, you can kind of let them know what needs to be done. Which, if it's general, it's just pretty much the basic treatment.
Yep.
And then you come up with the preventative plan.
Yep.
Like, are they going to do monthly?
So if you went to a house for general pest control, you done your inspection, you identified kind of what's going on there, you got your preventative idea of what you need to do, what would you do on a house as far as a treatment plan? Like, how would you explain that to a customer?
So, I mean, most of the products that we use, this is what I would say. I would say, hey, this is the issues that I found. I think our general preventative plan would work great for you. This is either a bi-monthly or a quarterly service. I don't think you need a monthly service. I never recommend a monthly service unless it's German roaches
or scorpions.
Sometimes, we've been into scorpions.
Sometimes scorpions, you have to get it down monthly.
But as far as that, I would just let her know what we do, spraying the inside, outside.
Tarantulas.
Oh man, one time I've dealt with a lot of tarantulas.
So sometimes you just got to go monthly on some things.
Yeah, some things you do, but if for the general preventative plan, most of the time it's going to be a bi-monthly service. Some of the chemicals that we use say 90 days, but in the heat in Texas, the heat breaks the chemicals down more than rain and water and all that stuff. So, in the heat in Texas in the middle of the summer, you're barely going to get the 60-day protection. I don't care what any company says out there.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting 96 months worth of protection. You're lying.
Or spray it once a year.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah. Because most of the products, all the products on the market for the pest control companies are the same products. And I'm not saying they're using the same product every time because there's several different products. But
yeah,
I feel like I use the top of the line products. It ain't cheap. But I think a bi-monthly service is pretty good.
Yeah, bi-monthly is what I try to keep people. Quarterly, if you go there and you do your inspection and then you try to identify what's going on, what type of insects you're dealing with, if they really do not have an issue, then I would recommend quarterly service. But guys, if you're having like if you're seeing issue, you're the homeowner. You live there.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what you're seeing.
We're only there for an hour.
They're going to call us and goes, oh, we're seeing like earwigs and, we're seeing American roaches crawling around everywhere. They know what they've already seen.
You're right.
So when you get there, you got a baseline to go off of. Now, you're going to find more things like spiders. You might find scorpions and a whole bunch of other insects outside. But on the inside, they know what they've been seeing the most of. So just... I don't know.
Yeah, so I guess they know what they're seeing. They see them all the time. If you're on a bi-monthly service, and you still keep them getting callbacks and callbacks. Like,
Try
hey,
to
I'm
go
still
monthly.
seeing. Yeah, I would just move them to monthly. That's what I would do.
Yeah, and that quarterly, if they're not really having an issue with quarterlies, you know, you can recommend them going quarterly. Some people just want quarterly. I don't mind.
I know there was like a 6-month period when I had my business before I started working at Powerhouse, where I was keeping track, right, of callbacks on a quarterly service. And it always fell 60 to 65 days into their service.
Yep. It's right on that last month.
Well, that, and it's right past a bi-monthly service.
Yeah.
So what I don't like about quarterly services is the products are not lasting 90 days in the heat in Texas.
No.
And so you get a lot of callbacks, in my opinion.
Quarterlies. Bi-month is where it's at.
I mean, there's some houses we've been on quarterly with me for years. I mean, you know, they switched over from standalone to Powerhouse, and you know they've been with us from day one, and their quarterly services doesn't have issues. But what I am going to say is the bi-monthly service is the way to go for a homeowner.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely agree. What about what rookie mistakes would you? What are some rookie mistakes for like a technician?
So rookie mistakes for a technician. We're
getting into all the fundamentals of what you should do. So if you don't come to a house, if you go to a house and you do not do an inspection, you do not identify the bug, you do not come up with a preventative plan, and you just roll up in that joker and you're like
just
spraying for whatever. I mean,
yeah.
A lot of times chemicals does a job if you let it do the job. The product gonna do the work for you.
Yep.
But if you're going up in here and you're spraying this stuff and they have issues with scorpions,
yep.
I mean,
yeah, and then
they have products for scorpions and spiders.
Yeah, and then you spray you spray what you normally spray on a general service outside and inside and they have scorpions when you have the product in your truck for scorpions. And
I would hope you do.
Yeah, and you don't use that product. I got a lot of scorpions where I'm living right now. I'm spraying. I'm almost spraying monthly at my house. No, I'm serious.
I haven't.
Like just out on my patio, man, we're like just killing them left and right.
We have American roaches pretty serious where we live.
Yeah, all those crawl space houses do, man.
Yeah, mine's a crawl space.
Yeah,
and I have to do a preventive treatment on mine too.
How often are you even just spraying for yours?
I think the last time I sprayed was probably 8 months ago.
That's why
I don't do it often, man. I really don't do it often.
That's why your wife called us to come out and spray.
Yeah,
I need a pest control company out here. I'll just play it.
But it's just I just don't do it often, man. I don't like going to work all day long.
Yeah,
and then come home and have to go. I need to spray my house every other month.
Yeah,
but we know. Like when we first moved in there, we had a lot of American roaches. I've done a pretty good American roach treatment. Used the Entice bait on the outside.
Yeah,
I think I even put some under the crawl space. I dusted my crawl space. I sprayed the outside down real good.
And how long I know you were telling me the other day, how long, I mean, you didn't see any for months.
We were seeing like 20 to 30 plus a week.
Yeah.
And once I sprayed, they just slowly started dying off, man. It was like, if you know what you're doing, how to put it out, what you're treating for. And honestly, like, we didn't see no more, so I didn't spray no more.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that simple. But this year, February, March, we started seeing them pop back up. They wasn't really as bad as they were. Maybe maybe they Entice kicked them out. But
yeah, that Entice works really well for the
really
American
good.
roaches,
Yes.
for sure,
Yep.
100%.
But maybe they just knocked off.
So you haven't seen none in 8 months?
At my house, yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
But
the American roaches.
Now don't get me wrong, we still see, we still have like spiders and earwigs and everything else. But I'm telling you, American roaches, they just now started popping back up again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, my wife's like, you need to spray the house. And I'm like, I know, babe. I'll
yeah,
get
the
it.
American roaches are pretty easy to control once you find out where the moisture's at or where they're coming from. But yeah, they're not hard at all to.
So, yes, spraying before an inspection. Wrong choice of product.
Yep.
Misidentifying pest.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
That's rookie mistakes.
Yep.
Communication and rushing.
Yeah.
Good God.
Yeah, communication is
Like, I hear that as a business owner now, and I'm sure you have too, Robert. I literally go to a house and I spray, and it takes me at least 30, 35 minutes.
Exactly.
Sometimes 40 minutes on the house. I am not rushing,
That's right.
but I'm not going slow. And I hear people go, dang, our last company, they were done in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are they spraying?
Exactly. Like, it takes me 10 minutes to get my chemicals mixed up in my sprayer. Like,
I mean, it takes me 10 minutes to get out my truck and get you your dang door. Not really, but about 5 minutes, get out and get to the door.
No, but if your sprayers are empty, we fill up.
Yeah.
I mean, how long does it really take to fill up your sprayers, though? I mean, it probably don't take 10 minutes, but
2 or 3 minutes.
But I've pulled up at houses and then a company pulled up at a house down the road.
Yep.
And before I'm walking out of the inside, I'd say I do the inside first.
Most of the time, yeah.
And then I try to do the inside first, and then I'm walking out to get my sprayer and stuff for the outside, and this company's already gone.
Now, let me explain to you guys why 90, probably 8% of the time, probably 99% of the time, why we do insides first. Do not dirty your damn shoes and walk in people's houses.
Exactly.
Try to do the insides first. And if you're gonna do if they request the outside first, check your shoes.
Yeah, check your shoes for sure.
I mean, rainy days, or not necessarily rainy days, because it don't
mud,
work too
grass.
well. But it's after the rainy day. So if it storms today or this morning, and then 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon, it's 700 degrees outside, and it's still muddy.
Right.
Don't do the outsides first. And if you do, wear boot covers.
Yep.
Wear, what do they call them? Booties. What do you
Booties,
call those
little things go over your
shoe
shoes.
covers. And some of these customers will give you shoe covers because they just like you for
Oh, yeah,
wear
they'll
shoe
have them
covers.
at the front door.
That's why we do the insides first.
Especially the Asian families.
Yes.
Y'all are the cleanest.
We love y'all.
We love y'all. And y'all have shoe covers at the door when you walk in.
Yep. So that's why we do the insides first. Because stay on the concrete, your dang shoes won't be dirty.
Yep.
So, but then again, you go to another house, do the outside and the inside, but we still try to do the insides first. Try to keep our feet as clean as possible. If we can knock them off and dust them off and let them dry before the next one, even if on those days we gotta wear booties or shoe covers.
Yeah, I always keep them in the truck. Yeah. Sometimes I run out in course, but then I'll just take my shoes off. Going inside, it doesn't bother me. I always have the slip-on shoes, like slip-on boots or something. That's what I like, and so I just kind of just slip them off. But all right, man. So I guess the takeaway from this episode is inspection first, always, right? You always want to do your inspection, identifying correctly, right?
Yep.
And then treat smart and preventative futures.
Yep.
Preventative treatment for the future problems. Do you have any closing from this episode?
Nope. Just not really. Just do your inspection, identify, and get a preventative treatment plan going. And you guys should be successful.
Yep.
That's it.
Thank you for tuning in to the Best Pest Podcast. I'm Robert.
I'm Josh.
We're out.
Robert and Josh on the mic. From the infected houses to the studio, right? Boots on the floor, we still show up. Long days, hard cars, never fold up. Stories from the grind, we bring truth. Real talk, real people, that's the proof. No polished talk, just the pain in the wind. Open the door, let the whole thing in. If you know, you know. Where the rough cuts glow. If you need that real, we got what you feel.
Man.
Best Podcast. Best Podcast. Real talk, real people. Real
What?
talk, real people.
That's what it is.